Hello learners, welcome back to the course on AI in Human Resource Management. In the last class, we had looked into AI in performance management. If you see module 3 generally, we look into three different aspects: AI in performance management, AI in onboarding, and AI in person job fit. In the last class, we discussed about AI in performance management holistically. Today, we'll look into AI in onboarding, application of artificial intelligence in onboarding. Welcome back to this class. I'm Dr. Abraham Sirlaisak. I'm an assistant professor at the School of Business, Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati. Now, when you look into AI in onboarding, let's first understand what is this onboarding. Onboarding is one of the most important functions. We have come from performance management, but now we are taking a step back. We are looking into what specifically onboarding will be, how you will acclimatize with the organization, how a new individual who is coming inside a new system, a new setup, a new organization, how he or she would be actually onboarded. That's the word generally we use, or how he or she would be actually introduced to the company. What are the nuances of the work? What are the nuances of doing things? What are the nitty-gritties of the policy that are existing with respect to different aspects? Let's look into that in greater detail. Onboarding specifically is designed to help new employees acclimate and integrate into an organization. So whenever you talk about onboarding, onboarding could actually include increased involvement with organizational leaders and training programs that may actually extend even up to a year from the hiring date. So this is something which makes it significant. I'll try to distinguish between certain similar terms like, how onboarding or training is different, what would be the extension period, etc. I'll talk about it. But let's now focus on onboarding specifically. The timing and length of onboarding programs actually differ from organizations or differ across organizations along with the specified activities involved. So when you're looking into some onboarding processes, they begin on an employee's first day and typically include structured training sessions that need to be completed within the initial 30 days of employment. So most of you are, who are employed and watching me today will definitely understand and appreciate the onboarding process. If they recollect, you can definitely, go through, or maybe you can recollect those instances where, the moment you went into a company, there was a certain period of onboarding or training related to that. So that is generally understood as onboarding. Some organizations begin their onboarding process as soon as the job offer is accepted, and they continue it for up to a year, even after the employee starts working. So it depends on organizations. It varies across organizations, as I have mentioned. Now, this is what I want to specify before jumping into the AI part. What is the difference between onboarding, induction, and orientation? Many a time we see that people use this in a synonymous fashion, but there are certain specific nuances which actually distinguish each of these variations across the job profile. So is onboarding the same as induction and orientation? If I would like to extend a question, I would want you to take a moment and think, is onboarding the same as induction and orientation? Although when you look into these terms, be it onboarding, be it induction, be it orientation, the terms are often used interchangeably. They differ slightly. All three terms typically, even though they differ, they have the same purpose of introducing new employees to the organization. This is what the connecting link is. This is what the connecting hook is all about. Induction and orientation encompass initial activities like, let's say, completing new hire paperwork, reviewing benefits, learning about company policies, taking tours of the workspace, or maybe even setting up office technology, etc. When you are looking into specifically onboarding, onboarding extends beyond these tasks. Tasks like, learning about company policies, which I was mentioning, reviewing benefits, or taking tours of workspace and setting up of office technology. Onboarding extends beyond these tasks, focusing more on deeper engagement and integration with the organization's culture and operations. So this is something that comes under the scope of onboarding. I repeat, to know more about, to come across the culture, come across the company, what the company is all about, the engagement, the integration with organizational culture and operation. So the distinction between them lies in the depth of interaction and immersion within the organization. So an onboarding program, I will try to put it in these words. An onboarding program extends orientation activities to include information about maybe organizational structure, mission, vision, values, and even networking. Whereas if you look into, let's say, induction is a short term, a few hours to a few days. Introduction to workplace, teams and policy, that's it. That's what induction is all about. If I want to distinguish it with orientation, it is just overview of company policies and culture. So onboarding has a bigger connotation when you look into the scheme of things, especially onboarding, induction and orientation. Let's look into the purpose. Onboarding was to help employees become fully productive and engaged, a much more holistic objective or purpose. Whereas when you look into induction, to formally introduce new hires to their new role. So it's just a formal introduction. Whereas when you look into orientation, it is to familiarize employees with the company's structure and key contacts. So again, onboarding is a notch ahead, or maybe a bit more deeper immersion the company is giving its new hire. Now let's understand and try to decipher the basic theme of today's lecture. What is AI onboarding? AI onboarding refers to the use of artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms to streamline and enhance the process of integrating new employees into a system, platform, or workplace. I repeat, it is the use of artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms to streamline and enhance the process of integrating new users to employees, new users or employees into platform or a new workspace or a new system. So it employs various methods, including automated workflows. It could be predictive analytics and AI chatbots to enhance onboarding efficiency and effectiveness. So this is what is the typical role of AI in onboarding is. AI onboarding uses typically data to generate precise forecasts, streamline repetitive tasks. When you are talking about mundane activities, generally it is said that AI will not be much effective. No. AI onboarding uses this data to streamline repetitive tasks and tailor the onboarding process to individual needs, ensuring a more personalized experience. So this is what is AI onboarding is all about. Now, why we need artificial intelligence in onboarding? Why use AI during the onboarding process? Again, we have a couple of points. Automating onboarding process offers numerous benefits like efficiency. AI typically accelerates the onboarding process by automating routine tasks, which I've typically mentioned. All the mundane tasks, the moment it gets automated, it gets standardized, the efficiency increases, no doubt about it. Another important aspect could be consistency. When you're talking about consistency specifically, artificial intelligence makes sure that all new employees receive consistent information and training. So there is no lacune, there is no lopsided approach, there is no bias. The human bias is taken out of the system, whereby you get more consistency as the byproduct. The consequent byproduct definitely being consistent information and training. Another critical aspect why AI in onboarding is all about compliance. When you talk about compliance, AI assists in ensuring adherence to both the legal requirements and the company policies. So many a time, whenever there is a human element coming into a picture, there might be some leniency. There might be some aspects which are not that strict, or stringency, or the way to do tasks or do activities might be quite liberal. That will not happen when AI is being used for onboarding. Another important aspect could be personalization. Personalization, AI customizes the onboarding process to address the specific requirements of each new employee. So this is again why artificial intelligence in onboarding? Answer to that particular question. Now, when you look into some of the critical examples, and this is what I think most of the industry personnel are attending this course for, examples of artificial intelligence tools in onboarding. Again, I'll take a small word of caution here because many of them are paid services. Many of them there are restrictions whereby we can run it. But I've taken the information from their website, so the copyright belongs to them. The website information is what is being shown so that you get an idea of what the platform is. Now, let's quickly look into what are the different examples of AI tools in onboarding. There are many. The prominent ones I like to give it a shot here is first one, Bamboo HR. Bamboo HR streamlines the management of onboarding by offering automated workflows, document handling, and electronic signatures. So if you are looking into a list, automated workflows, we have doc handling and electronic signatures, simplifying the administration of new employee paperwork and procedures. I'll definitely encourage you to go to Bamboo HR and all these websites and all these products. Basically, they have a trial version. You can go for the demo version, see how it is. We have tried it out, but we have our own limitations in using it in for a class. But again, I'll definitely encourage you to go and explore these typical examples of AI tools in onboarding. It's quite functional, it's quite important, and it's quite useful when you look into AI tools as critical catalysts in onboarding. So basically, Bamboo HR helps in offering automated workflows, as I mentioned, document handling, and also it is vital when it comes to electronic signatures. Another critical example of AI tool would be Workday. Workday is extensively used. You must have applied to a particular, any job, for example. Most of the jobs nowadays use Workday as a platform. If you have used the job portals, especially jobs abroad, they generally have Workday platform where you'll have to enter your details. And once, interestingly, if you have entered your demographic details as such, it replicates in different other applications where our Workday is being used. So that's one important aspect. Workday offers a holistic human capital management, HCM, human capital management solution, incorporating AI-powered onboarding features to facilitate a seamless integration experience for all new employees. So you can see new workers joining events, leaving events, the change event, diversity again is being measured here or given an indication of employee engagement. You have a check on that. We have personalized reports that can be obtained. There are certain HR partner services that are being also documented here. So it is a very useful, a holistic platform, and definitely again there are demo versions of that. If you want to get acclimatized with these tools, I certainly encourage you to go and have a look. Paid versions are also there. That's for organization specific activities, but again, there is no harm in understanding the platform here. Another important tool is Calidus. Calidus provides artificial intelligence driven onboarding automation with customized workflows, streamlining the onboarding process to ensure a smooth, engaging experience for new hires. So basically, you have a similar platform like this where you can complete essential training and forge a culture development. So there are a lot of parameters that are given. You have a platform like this. Again, the demo versions are available for Calidus as well. When you look into the AI tools in onboarding, there are other options like Greenhouse Onboarding. Greenhouse Onboarding offers a streamlined onboarding process by automating task assignments, ensuring that new employees are effectively integrated into organization with a well-structured experience. So again, the boards are quite clear. You have a a particular aspect or particular detailing whereby you will be given the task assignments. It will be automated. New hires are effectively being integrated with greenhouse onboarding. Then there is another aspect or another tool which is called as clickboarding. Again, clickboarding delivers a fully automated and customizable onboarding process, helping ensure that new employees are smoothly integrated and quickly they reach the productivity from the first day. So these are some of the typical AI tools that are used in onboarding. Again, I'll definitely encourage you to go and explore. At least the demo versions of this will be quite informational and quite useful to you. When you look into role of AI in onboarding, now let's address something which is quite serious. AI enhances onboarding formalities. AI enhances onboarding by enabling candidates to complete formalities electronically, reducing the physical paperwork. So organizations implement orientation programs to help new employees acclimate to the company's culture, understand employees' benefit, and familiarize themselves with the rules and regulations. When you look into AI in onboarding, you have to understand onboarding, adapting onboarding for remote and hybrid work. Post-COVID, these things have been quite different. These things have quite changed. When you look into the work as such or the work in general, you will try to understand and appreciate that the work pattern has changed post-COVID, especially the office work or the offline work has drastically changed to online. Things have evolved, newer contracts have evolved, there are different ways of doing the work, flexi schedules have come up, newer contracts have come up. So what is the role of AI in onboarding specific to the new changing circumstances, specific to the remote and precisely the hybrid work conditions? So this is where the AI becomes handy, not only in the traditional way of doing work, but also in the new upcoming or the new way of enhanced way of doing work. Let's look into that. When you look into the onboarding for remote and hybrid work specifically, you will see that there are typical aspects of onboarding for remote and hybrid work. The COVID-19 pandemic, as I mentioned, has significantly altered traditional onboarding processes. Many companies have severely transitioned to remote and hybrid work models. That's how an example can be given of chatbots. Research indicates that AI has played a vital role in improving the overall onboarding experience during these particular changes. So when you look into the research on chatbots, they have simplified the onboarding process by facilitating the necessary communication. So new remote hires can actually build connections. This is what is critical. You need not be even present in the company, present in the HQ, present in the organization for that matter. New remote hires can build connections and feel integrated into the team through collaborative interactions. So chatbots specifically allow them to engage in various conversations, helping them adapt to the organization's environment and culture specifically. So this is what role of AI in onboarding typically starts with. Now let's look into AI's role in streamlining the process. AI, there is no doubt about the fact that reduces the time required for onboarding process. When you look into chatbots, the examples what we have taken in the previous slide, these chatbots enable new hires to input queries and receive relevant responses, streamlining orientation and training. So quite a bit of the time span is reduced by the use of these chatbots. And specifically, if you look into research, it shows that AI chatbots can offer personalized training programs. They suggest courses and schedule meetings to ensure smooth onboarding. So look into this perspective, look into this fantabulous situation whereby a new hire is coming into an organization. Maybe there is no physical interaction even that has happened, but then a proper profiling of that individual is done. Where is the lacunae? What is the shortcoming? Where extra training should be given? What could be the personalized training initiatives that could be taken up? What are the different suggested courses? It even goes to the extent of scheduling meetings to ensure smooth onboarding. So this is what AI chatbots can do here. AI uses natural language processing, as you know, to understand speech and text, generate appropriate responses based on the human input. So which totally plays a crucial role in streamlining the onboarding process. So this is what AI's role in streamlining the process is all about. Now let's look into AI addressing the missed information in orientation. Research has typically pointed out that new employees often miss crucial details during the orientation session. Many a time, if you recollect your orientation process, it has been phenomenal. No doubt about it, but you will definitely, see that most of the information that was given to you that happened within, let's say, a week or, a particular 10 days time, it has vanished into thin air over the period of time because you could not document it or you could not recollect it or the company has not given in a documented version of that. But when it comes to AI addressing this missed information in orientation, AI-enabled chatbots help address this by responding to common queries from new hires which may have been otherwise overlooked during orientation. So this is another important trigger that AI can give during the orientation process. Now let's look into personalized training and communication through AI. The chatbots which we are discussing now promptly provide information on topics such as the reporting manager, assigned tasks, team members, etc. So a whole lot of information is given by these chatbots. And similarly, it's noted that AI chatbots enhance the onboarding experience by allowing new hires to input queries and receive a list of relevant responses based on the prior interactions. So if you look into AI in onboarding, specifically the personalized training and communication through AI, you will understand that AI schedules introductory meetings with key colleagues, mentors, stakeholders, ensuring new hires build essential connections within the organization based on the role and the specific needs. So chatbots definitely can assist new employees by answering common queries, which we have already seen, and common queries like how to contact, maybe like IT support or the choosing benefits part, etc. What will be the appropriate employee benefits packages, etc. Research indicates that robots can assist in onboarding process. So these chatbots typically offer detailed itineraries, personalized training programs tailored to individual's role, individual's personality, his or her background, career development goals, etc. The system automatically adds training sessions to a shared calendar accessible from any authorized device. So over time, what I'm expecting is that AI will adapt to the user's preferences and can equip itself to suggest additional relevant courses. Again, when you look into AI simplifying onboarding process, the consequent traditional time-consuming onboarding process could be different. The traditionally onboarding process took so much of time, which can be easily controlled or reduced, as I already discussed. AI has simplified the onboarding process by utilizing chatbots that assist new employees, and even it can significantly improve the onboarding process by addressing the new employees question again, which we have seen. So basically, you will see that when you look into offering suggestions, etc., role of AI in onboarding can be seen as two aspects. One is addressing FAQs. Another could be the documentation part. Again, from the documentation, it can build connection, it can build a clear-cut contact, it can build a network, and the moment it addresses a lot of FAQs or a lot of relevant FAQs, it builds up a understanding or knowledge about the organization culture. So this is what typically the role of AI in onboarding is all about. So when you look into incorporating AI in employee onboarding, AI onboarding program or an onboarding program should be actually tailored to meet the diverse needs of employees rather than simply adopting a uniform approach. So when you look into AI, it enables HR professionals to personalize onboarding content, making the experience more meaningful. So when you look into virtual assistants and chatbots, they can offer quick answers to new employees' questions. In the onboarding process, AI helps in adapting online training materials and resources based on individual specific job role, guiding them through the program. So basically, the goal of using AI is to enhance engagement without replacing human interaction. So please note, I will again repeat, the goal of using AI is to enhance engagement without replacing human interaction. There is a common myth that the moment AI is into picture, we are taking out the human element. So replacement of the human interaction is not what it is being done. Rather, it is more of enhancing the engagement with the involvement of the human interaction. So what we generally achieve is that AI enables HR professionals to personalize onboarding content, making experience more meaningful. Similarly, AI helps in adapting online training materials and resources based on specific individual job roles. So this is what, this specificity, this personalization is what it triggers, or what is quite salient about AI in employee onboarding. When you look into specifically HR chatbots in onboarding, this is a topic of great interest to many, so I've taken a special initiative in actually discussing it. A chatbot is a computer program designed to converse with users in natural language through speech or text. So whoever is not aware of this, most of you are, but again, let's take everybody together. A chatbot is a computer program designed to converse with users in natural language through speech or text. So it understands the user's intent, provides responses based on preset rules and information collected by the organization. So everything is being fed by the organization. It is there, it is absorbed from the organization itself. Chatbots are typically software tools that businesses use to automate interactions with people by answering questions based on predefined rules and algorithms. So that understanding you should have before venturing into the core technology behind chatbot. Now, when you look into the core technology behind chatbots, chatbots use AI and NLP to mimic human-like conversations, enabling the extraction and sharing of relevant information. So what typically happens is the core of chatbot functionality is based on artificial intelligence markup language. So unlike phone calls or emails or web forms, chatbots provide immediate response, making them exceptionally efficient for handling user queries. So this is what I wanted to share about HR chatbots. When you look into role of AI in HR practices, in recent years, AI has dramatically transformed HR practices, affecting areas such as recruitment, or maybe employee engagement, and even to a certain extent training. So HR departments are focused on optimizing requirement, enhancing employee engagement, and reducing bias and boosting productivity. So when you look into recruitment, chatbots enhance the process by quickly answering candidate questions, which is one of the most significant aspect when it comes to recruitment on application status. The candidate questions can be many, can be humongous, beyond certain quantity or certain quantum people cannot or may not be answering, but AI can help in this context. It will be a guidepost in company culture, policies and job details, saving time and improving the candidate experience altogether. So in modern day recruitment, chatbots assist with parsing resume and asking relevant questions to simplify candidate screening, making them valuable for initial evaluation. So additionally, chatbots can interact with multiple candidates at once and operate 24/7, which greatly speeds up the processing time. When you look into chatbots in employee engagement, onboarding and learning, we have looked into recruitment, now we look into the employee engagement part. Once hired, employees usually go through orientation, so which can be easy to manage with a smaller number of new hires, but becomes challenging with a larger group. There is no doubt about it. The moment you are having a larger number, it is very difficult for you to actually manage the whole show. So in such cases, chatbots help streamline the onboarding process by interacting with employees, making it more efficient. So since onboarding often involves repetitive tasks like, let's say, like filling the form, or maybe something as trivial as issuing ID cards, or something like enrolling to a certain benefits, HR chatbots are adept at managing these routine inquiries and delivering detailed responses. So they make employee learning easier by breaking down instructional videos and tutorials into digestible different segments or parts, followed by interactive quizzes to check understanding. When you look into AI in onboarding, we certainly have to appreciate the benefits of AI in onboarding. The first one is the faster and streamlined onboarding process. We have touched upon it. AI-powered systems can automate numerous manual tasks in customer onboarding. It could be something as simple as data entry or verification, and as tough as validation. So this automation can greatly minimize the amount of time and effort that is required, leading to a quicker and more efficient onboarding process. So faster and streamlining the onboarding process altogether. When you look into another important aspect, improved customer experience. AI-driven systems can typically, if you look into the systems actually running nowadays even, can offer tailored and interactive experiences for customers during onboarding, such as chatbots, and provide answers and assistance. So this typically enhances the overall customer experience and is vital in boosting the satisfaction. Again, better data analytics. When you look into AI-powered systems can gather and analyze data from onboarding processes to reveal the customer behavior, preferences, what would be the trends of the customer. This enables organizations to actually make informed decisions and enhance its services and products. It can have a certain benefit of increased, efficiency and cost saving. When you look into AI-driven systems, it can automate various manual tasks, which we have seen, cutting down on the need for human resources, thereby reducing the cost. So this leads to greater efficiency and something which we should not forget, fewer errors. Another important benefit could be increased employee retention. When you look into AI boosts employee retention by delivering a very supportive and engaging onboarding experience. So predictive analytics offer insights into employee engagement, typically enabling the HR to take productive or proactive measures, I would say, when signs of disengagement or potential turnover can arise. So ultimately, it enhances the overall retention altogether. Another significant benefit would be to acclimatize to the work environment. Acclimatization to the work environment, AI tools typically streamline the onboarding process for new hires by offering, round-the-clock access to key information. It could be information related to company culture, some of the SOPs, standard operating procedures within the organization, or even the workflows via interactive chatbots. So all these, the chatbot technology can also lead to new employees on virtual tours, helping them quickly get acquainted with their new workplace. Another typical benefit could be enhanced company culture. Artificial intelligence is not devoid of the human element. It is in fact taking up the human element in greater fashion. So enhanced company culture, artificial intelligence aids in integrating the company culture during onboarding by, let's say, consistently conveying the core values and norms. This is what the organization is made of, or this is what the core value of the organization is, which you should be aware of. So AI chatbots can demonstrate and reinforce desired behaviors, helping new hires grasp and embrace the company's ethos or the foundations or the values, thus fostering a very cohesive and positive workplace environment. When you look into benefits, you have to also look into the limitations of AI in onboarding. The first and the foremost, coding errors. Please note, a single coding mistake can trigger a series of misinterpretations of employee behavior. There is no human bias again, but human decision is also not there, potentially distorting the truth and leading to employee dissatisfaction. There could be possibility of cyber attacks. Chatbots can be powerful AI tools, but since they store very sensitive employee data, They are prime targets for cyber attacks. There could be implementation costs that are associated with AI in onboarding. The initial setup and integration of AI for onboarding can be very, very costly. There could be technical difficulties. When I'm talking about technical difficulties, it is related to adopting AI and machine learning technologies, which typically involves a challenging learning curve. Please note, to address this, extensive training programs are essential to help users acquire the skills needed for effective AI tool management. So creating a culture of knowledge sharing, offering strong support resources such as detailed user manuals, 24/7 help desk can ease the difficulties associated with all the technical adjustments. We have organizational challenges like resistance from staff due to unfamiliarity with AI is a frequent challenge. So again, to address this, it's crucial to foster a positive organizational culture that highlights AI's advantages, like, let's say, streamlining tasks, boosting productivity, rather than viewing it as a mere threat for the jobs. Developing a clear AI strategy actually with specific goals and timelines, coupled with ongoing communication about AI's role and benefits, can actually help ease the transition and align organizational efforts. And finally, there could be remote onboarding issues. Remote onboarding issues, like, let's say, as remote work becomes more common, AI onboarding must adjust to compensate for the absence of in-person interaction. So AI-powered, something like virtual reality tools can replicate physical presence, offering immersive training experience. So whenever you are looking into meetups, virtual meetups and mentorship programs can also help build personal connections, aiding in smoother integration of remote employees. So AI-driven performance tracking tools also are there, which offer insights into new hires, progress or development within the organization, or what are the areas for improvement for the particular individual, ensuring he or she receives the necessary support for typical success within the organization. Now, we have seen the essential benefits of AI. We have seen the essential limitations with respect to AI. Now, before winding up the lecture, I would want you to have a detailed understanding of what are the typical applications of AI in onboarding. It can be as relevant as AI in decision support. It could be very, very critical with respect to personalized training. See, we have mentioned in one of the limitations that it is having a steep learning curve. But how or why, once it is achieved or the learning curve is being conquered, what is there next? This is what signifies, or this is what answers the applications of AI in onboarding. Let's look into that in greater detail. When you look into applications of AI in onboarding, the first and the foremost one would be AI-powered decision support. So when you are looking into AI-powered decision support, AI can assist in onboarding by processing data, making predictions, and helping managers making informed decisions regarding typical new hires. There could be autonomy in onboarding tasks. AI systems can act autonomously, handling onboarding tasks like it could be paperwork, it could be initial training without human intervention, etc. There could be AI offerings which can offer individualized training, personalized training, suggestions based on employees' role and learning needs, making the onboarding process more tailored. There could be work tracking and training analysis, where AI applications can track new hires' progress and analyze their training performance to identify the areas for improvement. There could be chatbot assistants. Chatbot assistants would be something like AI-enabled chatbots, can answer common onboarding questions we have seen, like FAQs, providing immediate support for new employees and enhancing their integration into the company. There could be the help of AI systems that can automatically suggest appointments with coworkers, mentors, or stakeholders to help new employees build essential connections related to automatic scheduling. Now, we also have AI-human collaboration. AI can work alongside human intelligence. I repeat, AI can work alongside human intelligence in onboarding, either by supporting decision-making process or through supervised learning where human beings typically guide the AI. There could be employee role clarity. AI can enhance role clarity for new employees by providing detailed information about the responsibilities and how to navigate the particular organization. And finally, there could be inscrutability and complex problem solving. AI applications can typically handle increasingly complex onboarding tasks, reducing the need for human intervention in routine process and improving typically the efficiency. Now let's look into the potentials of AI applications on onboarding. The first and foremost one without doubt would be facilitating role of AI. AI can intelligently augment human actions during onboarding, no doubt about it. This is what we have seen, what we are observing. 5 years from today, it would be more critical considering the way it is progressing today. AI can intelligently augment human actions during onboarding. AI should assist rather than replace human efforts in onboarding tasks. At this point in time, I'm just putting it like that. Examples could be AI tools identifying the individuals with similar interest, AI-based conversational agents improving access to onboarding documents. Organizational knowledge graphs help newcomers to find the right contacts for their questions. Or there could be personalized onboarding through AI. AI applications can tailor the onboarding process to individual newcomers' skills, personalities, and preferences. Please note, AI can process large data sets to personalize recommendations and learning materials. Intelligent recommender systems are there, suggesting or upskilling courses based on newcomers' skills, helping close skill gaps. There could be creation of skill profiles for new hires. AI can create and utilize personal skill profiles to improve onboarding. Skill profiles help match newcomers with colleagues who share similar interests and skills. And typically, AI can identify skill gaps and recommend targeted training programs for their development. When you look into AI, we have to also understand and discuss on the best practices for effective AI onboarding. We have seen the benefits, we have seen the limitations, we have seen the potential applications also. What will stop us from looking into the best practices for effective AI onboarding? The first and the foremost one would be to define objectives and desired outcomes. Before implementing AI, it's crucial to identify specific goals such as improving onboarding, enhancing personalization, or automating administrative tasks. So clearly defining outcomes ensures that AI tools are aligned with business needs. Setting up the goal to reduce onboarding time by automating document collection and employee communication could be an example. Selecting the right AI tool is vital. It could be like chatbots for real-time communication, or maybe some LMS, AI-driven learning management systems for personalized training, or maybe some machine learning algorithms for analyzing employee progress. So let's take an example. Implementing AI-powered chatbots to answer FAQs or to provide IT setup support to new hires could be an example in choosing the right AI tools. Another could be integrate AI with HR systems. AI solutions seamlessly integrate with existing HR platforms such as any of the ATS, applicant tracking systems, or LMS, learning management systems. So this typically allows for smooth data flow and ensures that AI enhances rather than disrupts current process. Example could be integrating AI with HR system to automatically schedule training sessions based on new hire roles. Another important aspect could be the personalizing the onboarding experience. AI tools and use data analytics could actually create personalized onboarding experiences. AI can track new hires' progress, recommend training modules tailored to the skills and roles, and offer typical suggestions for social integration based on shared interest. There could be automate routine tasks and administrative processes. Like AI can handle routine tasks like document collection, contract signing, scheduling, automation in these typical areas, mundane activities which does not require much of the thinking or processing power, allows HR teams to focus on higher value activities like mentoring and coaching new hires. Ensuring continuous feedback and improvement, AI should be used to gather feedback from new employees, and before and after the onboarding process. So this data can typically help improve the onboarding process, onboarding experience, and address the pain points, if any. So regular feedback loops ensure that AI systems evolve to meet changing needs and Ethical oversight and ensure data privacy is also vital. Implement AI solutions with strong focus on ethics and data privacy. Be transparent about how AI systems use personal data and ensure that all AI tools comply with the relevant data protection laws. So bias in AI decision making can be actually minimized. Finally, track and measure AI's impact. When you look into implementing AI with the plan to track and measure its access, define key performance indicators like reduced onboarding time or something like employee satisfaction or something like retention rates. So AI systems should provide actionable insights for continuous improvement towards that. Finally, future trends in onboarding automation. We have enhanced personalization through advanced AI algorithms. So when you look into future AI systems, it will leverage more sophisticated algorithms to deliver hyper-personalized onboarding experience, no doubt about it. So this includes dynamically adjusting training content, learning paths, and mentoring opportunities based on real-time data and behavioral analytics. We have the future trends with respect to integration of AI with virtual reality. This could be another possibility after advanced AI algorithms. AI combined with VR and AR technologies will definitely offer immersive onboarding experience. So these technologies can simulate real life work environments, generate interactions, providing new hires with a realistic preview of the roles and workspaces. There could be AI-driven predictive analysis or analytics for future success, like predictive analytics powered by AI will assess new hires' potential for success based on data from previous onboarding practices. This can help tailor support and interventions to improve long-term retention and typically job performance. Increased use of AI in continuous learning and development. AI can typically support ongoing professional development by continuously assessing skills and recommending learning opportunities even after the initial onboarding phase. So this will foster a culture of continuous improvement and skill enhancement. There is also a possibility of AI-powered EI and support system. Very interesting. Future AI tools will increasingly incorporate emotional intelligence to provide personalized support and address new hires' psychological and emotional needs. So this will include detecting stress or detecting dissatisfaction or offering appropriate resources or interventions. There could be seamless integration with emerging technologies. AI onboarding systems will integrate more seamlessly with emerging technologies, maybe like blockchain for securing credentialing or IoT devices for real-time feedback on employee performance and engagement, etc. It could have the potential to enhance AI-driven social integration tools. It can further develop tools to enhance social integration by connecting new hires with appropriate colleagues and mentors based on skills, based on interest, based on team dynamics. So this will help new employees build strong professional networks from the start. And finally, ethical AI and transparent algorithms. Please note, ladies and gentlemen, when you look into as AI becomes more integral to onboarding, there will be a growing focus on ensuring ethical use and transparency in AI algorithms. So this includes, addressing biases, ensuring data privacy, and maintaining fairness in AI-driven systems. So basically, this is what AI in onboarding is all about. When you look into AI in onboarding, you have to understand and appreciate one fact. As mentioned in the last point of the future trends, when you are looking into the personal biases that are thrown out of the system because of AI. If AI is being used and still there are personal biases, there are possibilities of errors, there are possibilities of technical glitches, then it will beat the purpose. So basically, AI in onboarding is all about smoothening the process, specifically onboarding, making it more efficient, making it more effective. So that's all about AI in onboarding. We'll come with a typical topic, AI in Person Job Fit, in the next class. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.